Hello beautiful people. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Tiffany and welcome to Tea Time with Tiff. Yes, I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a chit chat get ready with me using some KWEEN cosmetic products. If we will focus. No. KWEEN Cosmetics products. It is a Black owned business. So I ordered some of their stuff over Black Friday. So we're going to be testing out some of their products. I'm going to be chatting with you guys. This is a nurse TIFF video. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about I'm approaching my 1-year anniversary as a registered nurse. Yay! It's in February actually, but I'm gonna do this video now because I'm gonna do it now, because if I wait until February it might not get done. So we're just gonna do it now. Almost a year, but this is my year update. Sorry I didn't do the 6 months, but you know, why not just do a year so it's just cumulative and I have more to say. So we're gonna be doing that and doing my makeup, getting ready for the day, honey, beating this face, okay? So if I'm like scattered, it's because one, it's very hard to do your makeup and talk because you miss your steps. So bear with me now. This is my first one and I'm already scatterbrained enough. So how are y'all? Y'all lovely, y'all beautiful? Perfect. I miss y'all. Okay, so I know I didn't close out Vlogmas properly, but I celebrated Christmas the day after because I worked on Christmas, so I got some clips of stuff. So I may make a just little quick 10-minute video of whatever and put it out. Sorry I didn't close it out. I did my best. It was my first Vlogmas, so I did my best. Hope y'all enjoy what I put out. Yeah. I'll give y'all the little clips that I have on my channel. So I'm doing primer. I'm using this NYX Shine Killer and then the Ulta Beauty matte face primer, because I was like, what's like a cheaper product that's gonna work fairly well, and this is what the girl told me and this is what I've been using, because you know, I don't have the coins to be spending buku money the way my checkings and savings account is set up. We don't got it, okay? So I may forget to tell you some of the steps I'm doing with my makeup, but it ain't nothing special, trust me. This is not a tutorial. I'm not going to be teaching you how to put on makeup because I don't even know. So I'll probably just do it and then just be talking. So yes, I've almost been a registered nurse for a whole year and it has been a good year. Actually, it's been a good year. I've learned, I work on a postpartum unit that is after the mom has her baby, and we do couplet care. So that means we take care of mom and baby. The baby stays in the room 25/8. We don't have a nursery where the babies stay, so we do couplet care. So we take care of the mom and the baby at the same time, and usually we have 3 to 4 of those couplets. So we usually have 3 to 4 mom and babies. So yes, we can have a total of 6 or 8 patients, and yes, the babies are patients, because yes, the babies do require actual things. It's not just holding the babies and rocking them to sleep. No ma'am, it is much more than that. And for moms that have, if I'm looking over here, I'm looking at my mirror, for moms that have vaginal deliveries, they can stay 1 day up to 1 to 2 days at the hospital. That is what the insurance covers for a vaginal delivery. So that is the time that we have them. And then moms that have a C-section, they can stay 3 to 4 days. they can stay 2 to 3 days. And if a mom had a C-section and their baby went to the NICU, they can stay a total of 4 days. That is what the insurance will cover. Now, obviously, if something is going on with the mom medically, then if they need to stay longer than their allotted days that the insurance will cover, then they obviously have to stay if something's going on medically with them. So, for the moms, right when they get to our floor, that's usually an hour and a half to 2 hours after they have the delivery, after the labor and delivery nurse recovers them and gives the baby, you know, all their meds, their I's, thighs, and Hep B, their vitamin K and their erythromycin and hepatitis B shots, and weighs them and measures them and all that good stuff. And the L&D nurse, you know, checks them for 2 hours, does fundal checks to make sure they're not bleeding or hemorrhaging. And they just get them settled, and then they come up to our floor, the postpartum unit. And that is, we take care of them. We do fundal checks as well. As per our protocol at our hospital, we are supposed to do fundal checks 1 hour for 4 hours, and then every 4 hours for the first 24 hours. And then after the first 24 hours, we just do it once a shift. That is what we have to do. And on our floor, the moms, they have to go through 2 bags of Pitocin, oxytocin. For postpartum, that is just to make their uterus contract down and help control the bleeding. So they have to go through 2 bags of that. Usually they come up with one that's already been started down in L&D. And then they have to finish that bag and get another bag. So that's what we do. And they get LR in case they have not peded, not peded, child. Not peded. If they have not, they have to void twice after the catheter is removed. They have to void twice. So if they have not voided their 2 times yet, then we hook them up to LR just to help get some fluids going so they can urinate. And sometimes, especially C-section moms, okay, this is what we do. So stuff like that. And then for, that's like the first, you know, 24 hours and stuff. And the baby, we are monitoring pees and poops and how much they're intaking as, you know, breastfeeding and formula feeding. We give the baby a bath 6 hours after they are born if their vital signs are stable and their temperature is good. And we go ahead and give them a bath. We give them a bath in the room. For the first 24 hours for the baby, when the baby turns 24 hours, then that's when their 24-hour labs are due. We do a PKU blood test, which tests for like a bunch of like stomach diseases, but we don't get the results for that. And then they test their hearing, and we do a bilirubin check. We do a transcutaneous bilirubin check on their skin to see how much bilirubin is in their skin, to see if they have jaundice, which is a yellowing of the skin because they have an immature liver and their livers are breaking down their red blood cells, yada yada yada. So we do that, and per our protocol, within the first 24 hours of life, the bilirubin needs to be under 6. If it is over 6, then we draw a serum billy on the baby, which is we get blood from their little heel and we send it off to the lab and they test how much bilirubin is actually in the blood. So that happens. And then we do a congenital heart screen where we test to make sure that the baby's heart is oxygenating their body properly. It is the right hand and any foot, but it has to be the right hand because it's like preductal, postductal, the heart flow, the blood, you know, that's complicated. So we do that, and we just wrap a little like band-aid around their hand. It's just a pulse ox thing, and the percentage needs to be over 95 in the hand and the foot, and the difference can't be more than like 3% difference for the baby to pass that, because that's what's happening with, you know, kids that play sports, and then a kid that's healthy, 12-year-old kid drops dead playing sports because he probably had a congenital heart disease that was never found when he was a baby. So we just test for that. It's state mandated. We have to test for that for all babies in the first 24 hours of life to make sure that they're good there. And then, yeah, and if boys, they have little boys, then if the parents desire for them to get a circumcision, they get a circumcision. Usually after the first 24 hours of life, because that's a lot. That's a bit much, okay? They just entered this earth and you're trying to go ahead and cut off their little pee-pee now. So they usually wait until the first, you know, after the first 24 hours to start with the circumcision stuff. So that happens. That is done in our procedure room, where the OB does the circumcision, and it's usually very quick. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do. And then our responsibility after the circumcision is done, we monitor the baby for 2 hours after to make sure the baby's not bleeding too much, and we teach the parents how to take care of it, Vaseline every diaper change, stuff like that. So that is our responsibility. And then 48 hours, we also check for bilirubin again at 48 hours. Well, every 24 hours that the baby's in the hospital, because some babies stay in there, you know, longer, especially if there's something going on with the mom. They stay in there 72, 96 hours, whatever. So we have to check every 24 hours that the baby's in the hospital to make sure their bilirubin is still good. And some babies, you know, they require medications for different diseases that they might have. So we have to give them medications. Now, we do not hook our babies up to IVs or anything like that on our floor. If they require any type of IV antibiotics, any type of medication like that, if they require like CPAP breathing, then they go up to the NICU. And then, oh, some babies, they require blood sugar checks. We call them D-sticks. So we have to get little blood from their heel and check it like you check for a diabetic patient. We have to see their blood sugar. For us, blood sugar needs to be over 45. And chasing sugars can be quite a task, because this, if it's low, then you got to get an order from the P to give glucose gel, which is basically just sugar in gel form. You have to give that to the baby, and then they have to refeed, and you have to check it 30 minutes later, and then you could just be chasing sugars your whole shift. And it's like, it can have a good one, a bad one, a good one, a bad one. It's just all over the place. So don't let that fool you. It can be actually very challenging to check blood sugars. And then moms, you know, they could be on antibiotics, triple antibiotics, double antibiotics. They could be on a PCA pump, meaning they were under general anesthesia during their C-section, because it was maybe a statin or emergency C-section. So they didn't have time to do all the epidural things and stuff like that. So they just had to go ahead and put mom to sleep. And so after that, she would be on a PCA pump to control her pain, because she wasn't able to get an epidural. And managing those, it's fine. It just adds a little bit extra to what you have to do. And moms, they could also be on blood sugar checks and be receiving insulin. And then moms could be, they could need transfusions because they maybe hemorrhaged or lost a lot of blood during delivery, and their H&H, hemoglobin and hematocrit, is low. So giving blood, which I've given blood 2 times before, and each and every single time I'm like, because it's like so far and few between, I'm like, I don't remember how to do this. I don't remember how, like, I still don't feel comfortable like initiating giving blood, but like once it's going and it's after 15 minutes, like, it's fine. But the whole process of initiating it and getting it going is still a bit foreign to me, because like I said, I've only given blood 2 times ever in my entire life. So it's still a very bit foreign to me. Oh, sorry, I'm using the KWEEN Cosmetics eyebrow pomade. I heard it's really, really good. So yeah, they could need blood. And then if moms are having like high pressures, probably during delivery, or you know, they've had high pressures throughout their pregnancy, then we put them on a medication called magnesium sulfate, and that just is like a you know, suppressant, so the moms don't have seizure precautions, prophylaxis, so the moms don't have a seizure because of their high blood pressures that they're having. My eyebrow looks very thick. So we do that, and that lasts for 24 hours after delivery. And that medication, you have to do vital signs every hour. And you have to do I's and O's, strict I's and O's. So if they're a C-section, they're still gonna have their Foley in, but if they're a vaginal delivery that's on MAG, then their Foley's usually gone, so they will just pee in a hat that's in the bathroom, so we measure it. But you have to really be good on your assessment to make sure they're not having MAG toxicity, and they're not having decreased like muscle reflexes, and their breathing is not shallowing, they're not feeling like it's hard to breathe, or they can't breathe, or they're very lethargic. So you have to like really assess that. So when you have a patient, a mom that's on magnesium sulfate, then we usually well, we always have only 6 patients, because that's a lot to deal with, going in the room every hour, getting vital signs. And most of the time when you have a mom that's on MAG, their baby's usually on D6. I don't know, it just always seems to work out that way. Not a MAG mom and you have a baby on D6, so it's a lot to handle when you have that. So you only have 6 patients when that happens. And don't let a mama have twins, honey. When you got a mom with twins, you only have 6 patients as well, because usually the twins are on D6 because they're usually less than 37 weeks. So if a mom is having twins and if they're less than 37 weeks, they're automatically on D6. They're premature. And if they're less than 37 weeks, they're going to need a car seat challenge. Or if they're super, super tiny little peanut babies, they're going to need a car seat challenge. And that is just where we monitor their vital signs like heart rate, breathing, oxygen saturation, and while they're in the car seat for 90 minutes, just to make sure that they can withstand the car ride home, since they are a little bit premature. And of course we give moms medication, pain medication, medication to, you know, help them pass gas. Usually C-section moms have problems with that because they had surgery, and you know, it just slows down the bowels and everything. Give them stool softeners, pain medication, prenatals, like I said, antibiotics if they need it. And of course you gotta coordinate everything. You know, we gotta communicate with the doctors, with the residents, honey. You know, with the pediatrician, with the OB, and a day shift just has a bunch of people just in and out all the time. Oh, I'm not looking at y'all, sorry. I'm trying to get these eyebrows together. Day shift is just a different type of beast because there's like, you're competing with people all day long to be in the room to get your stuff done. But you know, everybody that's at the hospital has a job to do and they gotta get it done regardless. So it's just a lot more hustle and bustle, and the things are going on left and right. So that can be a challenge. But overall I am very happy with my job because I love the little babies. We all know this. Love, love, love the little babies. Contrary to what people might think, we actually don't have like a lot of time to like obviously cuddle and, you know, hold the babies and play with the babies, because obviously they're in the room with their parents, so their mom and dad and, you know, family members want to hold their baby. So we don't have as much time to do that. I wish we had more time to cuddle with the babies, but we do not. But I still love them. They're so cute. They're great. So I am happy with my job. I'm glad that this is my job because it's giving me like good experience, because we do have very sick patients sometimes. They are very sick, and it's not just, oh, they came to the hospital to have a baby. Like, oh, okay. It's simply not just, oh, they came to the hospital to have a baby. Like, no, they have serious medical issues going on that require a lot more care than just the care that they would get for having a baby. And like I said, I think day shift is a good experience because it's, whew, it does definitely teach you time management, and it's just a different beast and a different pace and different speed. So I think day shift is good because you'll be able to transition anywhere and it'll be okay. Like if you have to go to night somewhere else, like it'll be like, what? It'll just be such a, you'll probably thrive because you'll be like, oh, I'm so used to da 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 da, boom boom boom, getting it done. But on night shift, it's just a bit slower. I never had to work night shift as a new grad. It just so happened that some of people from my cohort could go to days, and we just did a drawing, and I went to days and didn't go to nights, so I never have had to do nights. It's a good and a bad thing because I'm sure I will eventually have to work nights somewhere, and I would never have the like know-how to do it. But it's like okay because I enjoy my sleep and I don't like to play with my sleep, so I'll be okay if I don't, since I didn't have to go to nights. And I know I would just be a wreck because I enjoy my sleep quite a bit. So yes, but I am enjoying my job. I'm happy with my job. I'm happy